It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, and this is the wrap on the renovation of the 4-year-old garden in Sunset Cliffs. Our client was interested in getting away from the tapestry look and going with more of a specimen vibe. She is not as mobile as she used to be and isn't out here on the regular anymore, you know, puttering. So was real interested in a more sustainable garden. And because she already had some killer plants, I thought, oh yeah, you know, we'll just pull out this junky looking stuff. I brought a few new things. I brought this Yucca rostrata. I brought this totem cactus. We moved the Baccarnia recurvata that was over here over to here and added some things, some collectibles from her backyard that were potted. So what came in from her backyard was this cute spiralis, this little myrtillo crest, this little euphorbia snowflake. Let's see, what else is new? Over here, this came together fast. All I did was move a couple of aloes. I added a Cameroni cutting. And we brought this adorable euphorbia snowflake from the back. Super cute, right? Then over here, this was such a hot mess. Oh my gosh, just overrun. So pulled some things out, moved some things around, did some adjustments, and now we have, you know, this really, really tight looking little presentation. The little barrel cactus right there also came from her backyard. Okay, then over here, also learned that her irrigation had been off for about a year. So it's really incredible how well everything did. I also added a Navajo Princess mangave and a Falling Waters mangave. There were, you know, a lot of aeonium, and if you didn't watch day one, you'll have to on this, so you can see what it looked like before we started diving in. You know, this beautiful Dazzlerian longissimum got limbed up expertly by Miguel. And I moved this little red pot of crassula from the back too to sit on the little patio. It's very, very cute. And I watered in everything really well. We reset the irrigation. I hand watered heavy this Aluaudia procera. And I wasn't surprised at how much it took. I mean, I was waiting for runoff, and runoff never happened, so I finally just gave up. Also brought in another half yard of chamois beige 3/8, and I think I pulled 12 bags of black 3/4 in for the ribbons in this yard. So we just, you know, we just zhuzhed it all up. This little agave Cornelius is really neat too. There were, it had pupped, so we moved one of the pups down front. It's a really manipulatable little agave, and I think it's showy and cute. So I'm here for the Cornelius. Eventually this blue glow will bloom out, and we'll do something else here. But this came with the job. It was one of the few things that we kept from her initial installation, the way her garden looked initially. She had this blue glow in the garden already, so we kept it. I added some really cute little orange beads to the cave. I'm trying to think, you know, that's about it. But just amazing with a good team how fast we can turn it all around, right? This is such a cool garden too because of this perspective, you know, with it being elevated, and it just flows so beautifully. It's fascinating too that I have a big Echinocactus grusonii in my garden that was about the same size as this one when we put it in. You know, this one and that one were about the same. 4 years, about the same size. And mine has not pupped. Mine hasn't done anything. It's pretty, but it's still a single. And look at all the babies on this mom. Is that not the cutest? Right? We exposed the driftwood, which was completely buried. And I absolutely adore this lavender lady up here by the Aluaudia. And let me know in the comments if you've had a lavender lady bloom out on you. Because I was trying to think, you know, it's not an uncommon aloe, or mangave, sorry, but I find it to be so well behaved, and I can't recall ever having one of those bloom out. So I'm curious what your experience has been with that plant. So we are going to be in Pacific Beach, which is not far from here. We're in Sunset Cliffs right now, and this is an incredible microclimate. Breezes, marine layer, you know, every day. It's just an absolute haven for cactus and succulents. And you guys do not want to miss the Pacific Beach Reno next week. It's going to be crazy. Matt Jones is coming with some killer plants, and I mean, this is it's an insane collector's garden, and it's just going to get even insaner. So I'll see you guys then. Get out in your gardens, make some moves, and see you on the flip. Bye, guys.